Hi friends, hi friends, hi friends, hi friends, hi crochet friends. Welcome. Yay, let's crochet and chat. Welcome to Let's Crochet and Chat. My name is Sammy. I teach crochet with Yarn Over Hook. Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. You can join for free via the link in the description below. If you're already a member, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you very much. Hi everybody. How's everybody doing? I am doing great. I am excited and ready to crochet. Hello. I love the countdown that we had for the live from Queen R. Queen R, are you here? Did you wait here for 8 hours? Are you here? Thank you for the countdown. Hi, Fatima. Hi, Madi. Hi, Liz. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Renee. Hello. Hi. Hi, team. Hi, Yarn Over Hook team. Okay, so first and foremost. Okay, what did everybody bring to drink? What did everybody bring to crochet? I brought my LaCroix, whatever you want to call it. I need to open it, so I hope that that's like, goodness. We got some hydrated girly ASMR. Yes. Yum, 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 yum. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Okay, so a couple of announcements. First and foremost, Exploration Crochet, Riri, Exploration Crochet, News Bulletin, last week in Crochet. What is this one? Volume 2, Issue 8. Senior Ladies Crochet to Keep the Cold Away. Burr. What was the other one that I liked? Oh, 67 Blankets Teams from Standerton celebrates Mother's Day. Friends, just give me a second. The Knitwits currently have their most colorful project yet, crocheting over 300 small blocks to form one blanket. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Incredible. Just incredible stuff. I want to show you guys. Look at these friends. Look at these crochet friends. Crocheting away. Where are they? I don't know if I recognize that restaurant. Crocheting away. Look at them. Just like going at it. 300? 300? Are you kidding me? Do they have a pile of it all? They do not. So you'll have to check out that article. And what was the other one that I saw? There's so many good ones. So many things happened last week. What was the other one? I crochet in times of overwhelm. Here's why you should too. We talked about this. We talked about how crocheting can bring us peace and all of these things. Legend of Zelda fan brings Princess Zelda's outfit to life through very meticulous crochet job and a year of labor. So friends, check out Exploration Crochet Last Week in Crochet Volume 2 Issue 8 by Riri. Thank you, Riri. You can find the link in the description below. Definitely check that out. Give her a like, give her a follow so that you can have all of these news bulletins being sent to your emails when they come out. Okay. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Lindsay. Hello, friends. Hello. Liz says that she brought water and she's crocheting a little octopus. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. Renee says I have a fresca over ice. Ooh. Still haven't finished plant hanger, so working on this. I haven't finished mine either because I've been wrestling with my hexagon pullover sweater. Are we ready for this today, friends? Because I am. I am ready for this. Can you tell kind of how I'm feeling about this sweater? Monty, that's such a lovely thing to do together with friends. Right? Isn't that awesome? I want to do a group project with Yarn Over Hook. There's so many ideas that I have, and I feel like just not enough, like, space, like, in my brain. I have so many ideas for us. And there's time. I need to tell myself, like, we don't have to do all of them all at once. I just have to pick one, and then we'll take a break, and then I'll pick the next one. Like, I just need to take a breath because I just get so excited. I get so excited to crochet with you guys. I get so excited about projects that we can do together, even though we're so far apart. So take a breath, Sammi. Relax. Okay. Um, Lisa says, I sent a picture. I'm drinking coffee and working on crocheting a can cozy. Lisa, I want to see. I want to see. I'll get yarn over hook open. Lisa, look at your towel. Pretty. Cold drinks, good inks, and good eats and barbecue. I love it. Where's my heart? Why isn't my heart thing showing up? Cute, cute. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Love. Awesome. Please post, friends, what you are working on today. Updates on your projects, all of the things. Yes, show us. Patience, patience. Madi, I have water. I'm working on that tapestry birthday gift. Very nice. Which tapestry is it again? Can you remind us? What picture are you doing? Renee, can't wait for a group project. I can't wait either. Liz, I'm crocheting little octopus to do little acts of kindness. Cute. Fatima, water, and a little heart granny square pouch. Cute. Everybody's crocheting such great things. I brought body armor, light tropical coconut. Ooh, that sounds really good, Lindsay. Okay, friends. This sweater. So, we have good news and bad news. Good news and bad news. I always like the bad news first, so I'm gonna give you the bad news first. We will not be seaming my sweater today. We're not gonna be seaming it together today. The good news is, it is because I already did it. I already did it and it's perfect. It is wonderful. This is where we at. This is what, see, I'm too excited. This is where we're at. Okay, so look at this little collar thing that I got. We got a cute little collar. A cute little collar. I seamed everything together because in order to see how much yarn I had left in order to extend the sleeves, I had to seam everything together. So that is why. That is why. Thank you for the hearts, friends. Thank you for the hearts. I'm very happy. So, breathe. So, I want to show you how much yarn I have left. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Are you ready? Bam. This is how much, influencer hand, how much yarn I have left. It was a frustrating game of yarn chicken because I was guessing so much and hopping around my project so much just to be sure I had enough to do what I wanted. This much, influencer hand. That's how much we have left. I don't even want to weigh this. So silly. So, first and foremost, had so many great suggestions from you guys because who are we? We are Yarn Over Hook community. And you guys had amazing suggestions for me at the end of Saturday's live. So what I ended up doing is I seamed everything together using this Uggo sun bleached yarn that I couldn't use in the whole project. I used this to seam everything. Great suggestion. I can't remember, left a comment during the live replay. Why don't you seam it with that color? So, and I know that somebody else also suggested that during the live, but I really wanted to seam it with the contrast color. I decided against the contrast color because I thought it would be too much, one. So then two, I was like, wait, we had suggestions that I should seam it with the color that I couldn't use. And I really want to actually get our crochet friend's name. So please hold. It was during the last live. Everybody was so helpful. You guys are just the best. Here we go. Jave Valencia. Sekai Hatsu. Can I recommend something? Maybe stitch markers can help keep track of rows and rounds. Yes. I should have just done that instead of counting. but still I'm wondering if it would have messed with me. Then also, what about the yarn of the different lot for the borders cuffs? Also, I'm excited for the stash bash. So instead of doing for the borders cuffs, I did it in for the seaming. So friends, hi, next we have, oh my gosh, you haven't been here in so long. How are you? You guys are so friend. You guys are, you guys are the best. Girl, I love it. Put it on, beautiful. Wow. Oh my gosh, you're on Chicken Champion. Oh my, girl, I understand. The sweater is gorgeous. Community. Yes, Mari. Friends, friends. So where was I? So I seamed it. I seamed it with the Uggo yarn. Put it on. Sleeves are too short. I'm like, okay. Michelle suggested that I take what is left and extend my sleeves. I'm like, bet, I'm gonna do that. I maybe have enough yarn for 2 or 3 rounds, right? So I did, bam, yep, bam. 2 or 3, I did 3 rounds on my sleeves. We still had enough yarn left. I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and do my collar that I wanna do. Cute, right? Cute. Still had some yarn left. I kid you guys not, I did this, it's 2:14, an hour ago. I was almost late to this live because I was so determined to get to like see how far I could go, because I was gonna win this yarn chicken. I was gonna do what I wanted to do. I was determined. If there's one thing you can't tell me is no. You cannot tell me I can't do something, because I will figure it out. I will figure it out. If I have to do it the roundabout way, then we're gonna round that bout, okay? I got 4 rounds on my sleeves each. 4 rounds each. And it's perfect. So it doesn't go with this purple, but we're gonna try it on anyway. I want to show you guys. Next we have, I know I've been procrastinating like crazy and silent watching every once in a while. Oh, I'm so glad that you've still been here. Okay, so here we are. Ignore the purple underneath. I know it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well. But this is where we are. Isn't the collar so perfect? I have ideas. I have ideas for it. So here we are. So here's where the sleeve is. Okay, even when I'm standing, yeah, it's like about there, right? I think I can stand up for a second. Let me move my chair and I'll stand up for y'all. Can you guys see the whole thing? I should have like tested this out. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, yep, here we are. This is my sweater, friends. This is the sweater, so you can see that it's seamed. I'm going to go around the edges and everything, but this is the sweater. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. So you can see where it hits for my wrists. You can see where it hits for my wrists. We're going to, I have plans. So let me sit back down. I'm so glad that worked out. I was like nervous about standing. You guys are the best. I'm so happy with it. Okay, so let's take it off, because there are things that I want to do today and we don't have a whole lot of time. This is not going to be our like super extended live today because I have work. So let's get into it. Okay. Phew. Wow, I can't believe I did that on live. That's awesome. I'm really glad that that worked out. That could have gone so wrong. Okay. It's just, there's magic in this sweater. I just know that there is. There's magic. You guys are so, so sweet. Thank you so much. So pretty, fabulous. I can't get over the colorway. It's a fun colorway. Last time the sweater was just one arm. Now it's finished. Next we have, yeah, when was the last time you saw the sweater? Just just the one panel. Mari, oh, I extended the sleeves on my kimono cardigan too. They turned out too long, but come on, it's a kimono. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That suits you very well. Thank you, Fatima. Okay, so we have this yarn. We're gonna start using this today. Wink. We're an outside pull girly now. Kind of. Only when we have our spinner. So we're gonna put this on here. I haven't tested out this kind of skein on this spinner, so we're gonna try it out today. We're gonna see how well it works. Here we go. I'll put it here so that you guys can see it. Yeah? Cool. Okay. So the plan. Next we have, yes, one panel. So it's perfect. You were meant to come back today. You were meant to be here today. I love it. Okay, so are the sleeves long enough now, friend? No. So what we're going to do, I talked to my mom, I talked to Riri. We had a kiki about some ideas. What I'm going to do is one more row of granny stitches on each sleeve. I think it'll be such a cute little accent. That's another reason why I decided not to do a contrasting seam and just like with it popping like a yellow seam. That's also why I decided not to do that, because I want to do yellow accents everywhere else. And it just would have been too much. It would have been too much. It would have taken away from the prettiness, all the things. So we're going to do one round of grannies and a round of single crochets on top of it to start cinching in the sleeves. We're going to do that on each of the sleeves. For the collar, we're going to do a round of half double crochet, but tapering it down to a slip stitch so that when it gets to this opening here, so I have like a slight opening here, when it gets here, it's going to taper down. And then we're going to add some tassels. It's not going to be like tassels, like not like fringe tassels, but like, you know how when you wear like a string, like a drawstring hoodie, I think I want to put like 2 like little strings here. I think I want to do that. Like have like, you know, like a faux drawstring. What do you guys think? Do you think that's too much? I kind of like it. We can always take it off if we don't like it. Because I know that like pullovers like this, because there's no hood, it doesn't make sense to have the drawstring. But I feel like it would be kind of cute. And then on the bottom, we're going to do a row of single crochet, a round of single crochet, just to even everything out. And then we'll do the cuff. For the front, I want a pocket. I want to like flump, pocket, flump, kind of pocket. We're going to do that also in the mustard as an applique kind of thing. And then boom, put it on there. So I'll have like flump pockets here and it'll be yellow. How does that sound? How does all that sound, friends? I await your response. I'm excited. Okay, so did I build up the anticipation? Well, were you guys nervous? Were you guys nervous about this sweater? This sweater's been like just taking me through it, all of the emotions, just in the last like week. So we gotta crochet. Oh, we gotta crochet. Okay. Does that sound great, friends? I love the collar. Thank you, Lindsay. I do too. String and pocket might be too much. Okay, so we're gonna save those for last. I'd be very excited to see the finished product. Great, sounds fab. That sounds great. Yes. Would the drawstring be in yellow? Yes, it would be. It would also be in yellow. Yes, so that's where we are. I think tassel and pocket will be great. Okay, so we're gonna do, I think what we'll do first, because I can see it in my head. The tassels don't make sense. That's just something that I thought would be cute. They don't make sense because a collared like pullover wouldn't have those anyway. So we'll save the tassels for last. I definitely want a foomp pocket. Foomp. I don't know, what is that called? When the pocket goes all the way through. Because that's what I do. When I have those pockets, I just go, foomp. So that's what I've been calling them. That's what I call them. But we'll save the tassels for last. Um, because the cuffs on every end they're all going to be the mustard yellow. The cuff at the bottom is going to be mustard yellow, and then the pocket, and then the trim on the collar. So the tassels might be too much. So we'll pin those. We're going to pin them. Just save those. So I do want to talk about real quick as I'm crocheting some tips on adding cuffs. So there's a bunch of different ways. There are a bunch of different ways of adding cuffs to a sweater or trimming or a border. I feel like I've done several different ways. Attaching it as you go, crocheting it off to the side, and then attaching it. What I think those are, I think that's it. uh oh, and then going right into it, I guess, like from the project going right into it. So I guess there are like 3 ways to do cuffing. What I'm going to do is a combination of 2 techniques. So the first, for the sleeves, the way that I did my puff sleeves for my Harry Styles patchwork sweater. So you guys see that those sleeves are gigantic. They're huge. And then it goes into a tiny, 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 tiny cuff. What I did was I did like a drawstring on the sleeve and pulled it into the size that I wanted. The benefit of doing that is that your sleeve won't stretch. The sleeve hole, like the hole where your hand goes through, that part right there before it gets to the cuff won't stretch out. It'll stay where it is. I've had that Harry Styles sweater for so long and it has not stretched. The cuff has stayed perfect the size that I want. The tension around my wrist is perfect. The other sweater that I have, the bobble sleeve sweater that you guys have seen me in with the gray bobbles, the cuff was crocheted onto the sweater. The sweater sleeves weren't as big, so the pattern maker, she just did the cuffs on the sleeves as you go. So like you attach the yarn and then you make the cuff around. Those have stretched. That has stretched. Anytime I do that technique on a sweater, my cuffs end up stretching. My Harry Styles sweater is one, my oldest sweater that I've had because it's the first one I made. And two, it has not changed. So I'm going to stick with that technique from now on for when I do my sleeves. So what it is you take the sleeve, you cinch it. That's what it is. I said drawstring. You cinch it to the size that you want. You crochet the cuff off to the side, right? You're crocheting it separately. Measure it to the width of your cinching, and then you attach it. Then you attach it to that. The only kind of like with that is that you kind of just have to grab as you go on the cinching and like pay attention to make sure that you don't have any gaps in your cinching. So I had to really pay attention, and I was picking up like a lot of stitches as I was going. So that's also one of the reasons why I am doing a single crochet round after this granny stitch round, because I'm going to single crochet and make it smaller, make it a little smaller as I go. That is the plan. Oh, let me cover this. I want to like weave this in a little bit. So when I come back around, and you guys will see, we should have time to be able to at least do one sleeve. I'm going to do single crochets around. I'm going to single crochet 2 together and start bringing in the sleeve so that it'll be easier to cinch. So there's your cuffing tips of the day. Very interesting stuff. I feel like I'm really happy that I've experimented with so many different ways to do it, because now I feel like I have a way that I'm like, this makes sense. For the bottom of the waistband, I'm just going to do a regular, like I'll attach my yarn and just do the cuff on there. I'm not going to make the cuff or the waistband off to the side and then attach it. I'm just going to do it on the sweater. That I'm not concerned about. If anything, I want it to stay as wide as possible. I'm still going to grab 2, like when you do a cuffing, you slip stitch into 2 stitches for each row. I'm still going to do that so that we have a little bit of a cinch, because I do want it to hug my waist a little bit, or like just above my hips. But we're not going to worry about cinching it like the cuffs on our wrist, like our wrist cuffs. I already love that. Look at that. So fun. Next we have, oh my gosh, I love learning these tips. Of course, I got you. I got you. And I'll be sure not to do it off live. Like, again, this is a project that's exclusively for live. The seaming I did off camera because there was a lot of like planning that I had to do, and like that would have made for a boring live. So I did all the boring stuff off camera, but the cuffing, all of that stuff, we will be doing on camera. Okay. Hi, Callie's Crochet. How are you? Kangaroo pocket. Is that what it's called? I feel like that's going from the top though. I don't know. I love it as well. Always super practical. That kind of pocket. Yes. Yes. Mari, okay, tapestry crochet might be easier than I thought. LOL, it's going nice so far. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. How are you doing the color changes? Oh. We got stuck. There we go. How are you doing the color changes, Mari? Are you doing the Intarsia style? Or are you like carrying over the colors? The color is so cute. It is. It's very, I'm loving it. It's so funny because when it's away and I put it next to it, I feel like it's so much brighter and so much like more like distracting. But now actually putting it on there, it's so fun. You know what? I'm not even gonna front. This kind of reminds me of like a circus. It reminds me of like clowns and like balloon animals and like the fair. Like that's what this actually kind of reminds me of. But also it like reminds me of like fall and like apple picking and like going to the pumpkin patch. Like really, really like happy things. Happy things. I don't know. I like the circus. I haven't been since I was a kid, but I remember when I went, I loved it. It was so much fun. I should go like now. I feel like they've become more ethical. So maybe I'll go now. Because in the early 2000s and the 90s, if you're in the US, you know. I realized I forgot to put this on. Let's put this on. Get my support up. Yes? We need our Volari. Maybe tunnel pocket because it resembles a tunnel or a tube. I don't know if that's it either, but that's what we're going to call it. A tunnel pocket. Because that makes the most sense. Thanks. Next we have Lindsay. Oh, I love that yellow with it. I wasn't really sure, friend, but that looks awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Because, so one, on camera, it just looks very, like, it looks very bright. And like I said, like, holding the whole skein and putting it up against it, it's like, I think this will work. But yeah, no, I'm loving it. This is, it's just going to be so fun. It's going to be so perfect for the fall. And I'm very excited. We had a rocky, like, yarn chicken on Saturday with this sweater. But it seems like we figured it out. We figured it out. Marty, I forgot the name of the method, but you drop the previous color and pick it back up on the next color change. Intarsia. So you are doing Intarsia? Intarsia? It's one of those. But yes, that's the technique. I feel like that's the best technique, especially for large sections of color changing. If you're doing like 1 pixel at a time, and it's like not the best method. Like if there's only like 1 pixel of black or like 3 pixels of black, like something like that, it's not the best method. But when there are like large clusters of colors, really, really good method. Awesome. I can't wait to see that, Madi, your first tapestry. And you're doing it with embroidery floss. I can't. Callie, grab your pillow. Ooh, going around the sleeve so much. Yeah, that's so fun. Oh, that is so fun. Oh my gosh. Yeah, team, hi. I feel like Roman is here to mess with me. We have plenty of yarn. Do you see this? And my tension is consistent. Oh, I do want to talk to you guys about that. So, we were, I was talking with you guys about how frustrated I was that I didn't have enough yarn, right? How it was really strange. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I need to, we're gonna start our single crochet two together here. So 1 second. We'll just do, yeah, we'll just do a regular single crochet here and then we'll start. Okay. So I was so frustrated on Saturday with this sweater because I knew that my tension was consistent. I had started using this, I had used the same hook throughout, the same stitches, same everything, but it was not coming out the same amount of yarn. When I lay them on top of each other, the rows line up and everything. So I actually took my gauge, my swatch gauge ruler as well, and was like, okay, so maybe my tension was off. Maybe my tension was just off. It was off a little bit and it just messed it up. I'm going to go ahead and measure it and see. So I took my gauge swatch ruler and I measured it and it was exactly the same. It was 9 rows by 8 stitches. The same. It was the same. Both panels, the same gauge. So I really have no idea how I ended up with so much less yarn for the second panel. Next you're gonna have to watch that recording because it was a mess. It was a mess, honey. It was just like, it didn't make any sense. I was getting so flustered and frustrated. It was a lot. Roxana, hello. Yes, everybody grab your Valaris. Callie, I thought about making one of the hexagon cardigan. 1 second. There we go. Hexagon cardigan in orange, white, and yellow, and put orange for the ribbing. Ooh, that sounds great. That sounds so awesome. I love contrasting colors. I love colorful things. Especially if it like suits your skin tone, like especially if that like you get all the right color combinations and it's just like brings out your complexion, like brightens your face. I love it. I love it. So definitely that sounds great, Callie. That sounds great. Roxana, so I'm gonna start crocheting baby blankets and donate them to the NICU. That sounds so nice. I'm so excited. Oh, that sounds great, Roxana. Oh my gosh, are you starting today? When are you starting? Next we have Yarn Chicken Battle. Yes, it was wild. It was wild and it was like so unfair. Because, so a brief recap, my first panel took 5 skeins of yarn and it had a little bit left over. So for my second panel, I was like, great, I only need 5 skeins of yarn. Then Joanne announced that it was closing, and that's where I'd gotten my yarn. And so I always say, like, get the same yarn from the same dye lot, blah, 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 blah. I was very confident that this colorway would be consistent. So I just ordered 3 skeins from Amazon because I was nervous about not being able to find them at Joanne. Those 3 skeins came back sun bleached, completely different color, completely different saturation and vibrancy. So I couldn't use them in my panel. So with Joanne closing, I'm having to go to other Joannes in the area and see and like just grab what they have. So the second panel has like 3 different colorways in it. 3 different colorways. I situated them so that you can't tell. And then after seaming everything together, I still believe you can't tell. But these 3 ago skeins, I can't use them. I couldn't use them in this. So I was stuck with just those 5 skeins, those 5 balls of yarn. And I didn't have enough. It ended up not being enough. So I had to then take out 2 rows. Yes. So then I have to take out 2 rows of the first panel in order to match the first and the second panel. It was just so much. It was so much for my little heart. It was just too much. It was too much. Uh, okay, so we have this one done. That was fast. So I can show you guys what I mean now. See? So now it's smaller. So I did a single crochet 2 together to bring it in some. Oh, I should have just left it in there. That's okay. To bring it in some. So now I'm going to then thread my yarn through there and cinch it just a little bit more because, oh, wait. Do I need to do that? No, I do. I need to do that. I was thinking like maybe I could actually just do the cuff from there, but I really don't want it to stretch because if I do single crochet 2 together, oh, I don't think we have to cinch. I don't think we're gonna have to cinch this one, friends. I don't think so. Queen R, hello, hello, welcome. Yes, and thank you for the countdown earlier. Mari, not me grabbing my bubble tea plushie from 3 years ago. 2 cushions. Oh my gosh, cute. Just need to finish the mesh top first. That sounds awesome, Callie. I cannot wait to see it. Roxana, yes, well, I'm trying to find a cool design in Quick Granny Square. That's going to be perfect. I would suggest looking up, like, contact your local NICU and see if there's a fiber that they prefer for donations. Cotton might be the best. Cotton might be the best. So I would definitely do that. Contact them, see what kind of fiber they prefer. If the blanket should be like more closed or open, like definitely check with them to see what's going to be most helpful. And then maybe some local organizations, you can kind of get an idea of what they've made for NICUs and stuff like that, Roxana. That sounds amazing. Crochet by Rocher. Michelle, not sure people realize that I'm watching a live. Stop calling and texting me. Yeah, leave Michelle alone. Michelle is busy. Next we have, oh no, what a nightmare. I definitely couldn't tell the difference in tonality. I mean, it's hard to see on camera, but man, I could see it in person. And you can kind of see it with this, with the Uggo. You can see that it's a little sun bleached. Like, it's different. So, that's the Uggo yarn. Maybe the sun bleached ones could be a matching headband. So I'm actually going to make some separate market bags as part of the stash bashing event. Oh, I completely forgot. Friends, we have an event coming up, right? It starts on Wednesday, our stash bashing event. So I hope that you've been getting your stash ready for bashing. I hope that I'm able to say this, like, say that on YouTube without them thinking that it's something else. That's going to be kind of hard if we can't say that. But I'm pretty sure it's fine. I hope you guys are excited as I am. The last time I checked the poll, we were like practically tied. So please go vote. Please go vote. Let me see where we are right now. Cute. Renee, current situation. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have, oh, so the smiling one is currently in the lead at 58%. So if you have not voted yet on Yarn Over Hook, go vote for the thumbnail. 58%. We were tied for like a whole day almost. So go vote. Go vote, go vote. Oh, Michelle, they prefer cotton. There you go. There you go. Let's see. We're watching your thought process live. I know. I'm like, that's why I love doing this. So even with Saturday's like bumpy road in this sweater, when I got off, I realized that like, I feel like we don't see a whole lot of that. Like the process of like getting things wrong, of things not working out, of trying to figure out what to do, like fixing problems, blah, 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 blah. Because, I mean, like, social media shows the like finished product, shows the like happy ending. You know what I mean? And so I was actually like, when I was watching that live back, I was like, you know what? I'm actually pretty happy because I feel like this side of crochet isn't shown a lot on social media. The like frustration with like things not turning out the way you want it to be, the experimentation, the like constant frogging, like all of these things. And so I'm like really happy that I'm able to kind of show that side, the really honest side of crocheting and like freehanding a project and just kind of going with it and seeing what happens. So you guys get to see it. You guys get the behind the scenes look on how I um create things when it doesn't have a pattern. Because the only pattern that I followed was like how to start the hexagon. That was it. That was it. And I've seen pictures of different hexagon pullover sweaters and I was like, cool, yeah, I can do that. And so like this has just been free-handed. This is just a picture in my head that I've had. And I am so so happy that like you guys can see that a little bit more honest side of like social media. Because I joke around and say like, yeah, you know, like influencer hand, like I'm an influencer, like blah 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 blah. This is what influencers do. Like those kinds of things. But I always find it so refreshing to see other people and especially even like proficient crocheters. Like I would definitely consider myself a proficient crocheter, but this sweater made me feel like I know nothing about crochet. And it has been, I'm sure that other proficient crocheters have gone through the same thing with free-handed projects, and they just don't show that. They don't show that on social media. So I'm glad that y'all were able to see that. I'm glad you guys were able to be shocked with me, to be frustrated with me, and most importantly, to like give me ideas and like suggestions and all the things. I know I said that earlier, but like I really do appreciate you guys and your suggestions and just this community and how like awesome you guys are. So I do want to say that because I know I feel like there's some like a wall, you know, like a wall between like people on the internet and folks who are watching those people on the internet. And I feel like we like break that wall down during these lives, even if it's just a little bit. Um it's not like me and you. It's us. Yarn over hook. Let's see. I love watching you. Feels like a FaceTime or a Zoom call. That's exactly what I wanted to feel like, Queen R. I'm so glad. Thank you for being here. Kelly's Crochet, I'm using the Peaches and Cream Cotton Color Psychedelic. Oh, right, right, right. How is it coming? Are you almost done? Fatima, am I the only one who can't wait for autumn? Nope, I can't wait either. And summer barely just started here. Girl, my mom is suddenly passionate about buying more yarn, and I was like, don't you tempt me. Mari, we're supposed to be doing summer stash bash. Half my room space is literally yarn. I gotta use those. Yes! Stash bash, Mari. What is the best stitch to make a hammock for your children's stuffed animals? I would say the basic mesh stitch. We have a tutorial on how to do that. Even like the little mesh stitch with the double crochets, that one's a good one. I would say it just depends on how sturdy you want it because there are some really sturdy mesh stitches out there. But also just like some like, you know, very kind of flimsy mesh stitches. So I would check out, we have a tutorial on a small mesh stitch and the like classic mesh stitch. What is that one called? Diamond mesh stitch. So we have tutorials on the diamond mesh stitch and the small mesh stitch. So check both of those out, Lindsay. I would suggest those. Um, I've been wanting to mark a honeycomb stitch blanket, make a honeycomb stitch blanket at some point. The honeycomb stitch is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, let's keep this going. We got you and you got us. Community. Bye, Roxana. Have a good rest of your day. Hi, Snow Wolf. Okay, our new slogan, not you and me, us. Yarn over hook. I love it. I love it. Kelly, I just barely figured out the first round. Well, keep it going. Awesome. And it's a mesh top, right? Which mesh stitch are you using? I really want to make a mesh top. That's going to be part of my stash bashing project, is a mesh top with the Hobie yarn that I have. I'm excited for it. I got to find a good one though. A good one. I think I want a tank. I think I want a tank top. Or should I make a bolero shrug? Should I make one? I've never made one. And there are some with like some really pretty butterfly sleeves that I think would be super, super cute with like a rainbow effect. I might look into that. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a bolero girl, like a bolero shrug girly, but we'll see. I think I just want to make like a mesh tank or a mesh shirt. No, I think I do want to cinch it. I'm still thinking back and forth on if I want to cinch or just go ahead and do it. But I really do like the way my cuffs feel on my Harry Styles sweater. And I think I do want to cinch it because I want the cuffs to stay nice and sturdy. So I think I will cinch it. I love the yarn holder in the background. Thank you. This is from Asteri Studios. Asteri, right? Yes, Asteri. I feel like I keep saying it wrong. Asteri Studios. They are based in the UK. It took a while to get here to the US, but absolutely worth it. They do have a sale going on right now, actually, because of their 5-year anniversary. I don't know if it's still going on today. Let me see. I don't know if it was one day only. Let me check. Asteri. I think it was. I think it was just yesterday. I think it was just yesterday. Do you guys want to see what I actually just got from them because of the birthday sale? And I absolutely shouldn't have, but I needed it. This is what I just got. It's a lily one. So now I have a mushroom and I'll have a lily. I didn't need it. I didn't need it, but I did. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I absolutely needed this. Right? Am I doing it right? The influencer hand? There we go. But it probably won't get here until like I think it's the end of July, mid-July, end of July. So it'll probably be my stash bashing gift to myself. And I will open that one on live. I didn't open the mushroom one on live because I was just too excited. It was at our door the day we got back from our mini moon, and I was just too excited to open it. But this one, I promise I will save it and open it on live so then you guys can see it. But I highly recommend. It turned so smoothly. The holders are super, super cute. She has a bunch of cake ones that are really popular, but I really like the nature ones. And independent owned business. Yeah, highly recommend it. Asteri Studios. I'm doing double crochet chain 2 for my mesh top. Oh, okay, so that's the small mesh stitch. Nice. So it turns out 1.5 millimeter hook is too big for embroidery thread. Interesting. It's too big? So are your stitches coming out too loose? Is that what's wrong? That's what's wrong. Now I want one. You're killing me. Yeah, yeah. That's my job as an influencer, to influence. Isn't it so cute? I'm really excited. It was definitely an impulse buy. Um, no regrets. And now I can do two projects at once. That's right, Lindsay. I can do two projects at once. And I don't know, I like choices. Ugh. I just like options. I like options. If there's something that I really like, I'm like, this is great. Now I want a second one that I can choose. And like I can choose like which one I want to use. And I can like match my projects. I can match like the vibe of my projects and like stuff like that. Because that's absolutely necessary. Lindsay understands because you match hooks to your projects, right? So Lindsay understands. I want to start doing that a bit more often. Match my hooks to my projects. If it's the right size, I'll match my hook to it. But getting through this, I am like, I'm so excited for everything else I'm going to get to make. I am so hyped for the summer stash bash. Um, I decided that I'm probably not gonna actually make a blanket with the mustard series yarn. I think I'm just gonna make a bunch of pillows because our couch could actually use some. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Luckily, I don't see the flower one. You have to search Lily to see it. So I don't know why it doesn't show up. I messaged her and said it doesn't show up on her website. But I found because that's why I didn't get it initially. I got the mushroom one. The mushroom one was my second favorite. So I got the mushroom one because I couldn't find the lily one on her website. But if you search Lily, it shows up. Sorry. Yes, match my hooks to my projects. Yes. Did you see the granny square I made? I did see it, Snow Wolf. It looks so good. It looks really, really good. I think I skipped a single crochet somewhere, but that's okay because we're cinching this together anyway. Alrighty. So the sleeves are done. Sleeves are done. Here we are. There we go. Look at how cute. That looks so good. That looks so good. It looks so good. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see. What is a summer stash bash? The summer stash bash event, Queen R, is we are going to spend the next 8 weeks going through our stash. It starts on Wednesday, this Wednesday, the 4th, and we're going until July 31st. The goal is to not buy any new yarn. The goal is to not buy any new yarn and use up what's in our stash. We, the team, will be sharing a lot of different stash bashing projects and hyping each other up. We're hyping each other up to go through our stash. We're going to get through our stash and reward ourselves at the end with more yarn. Okay, so let's see. I just had a thought. I put a row of granny stitches here on my sleeves. Do I need to do the same thing at the bottom? I don't feel like I have to. I'm trying to envision it. Because we only did it here in order to extend it one more row. I don't think so. I don't think we need it. The cuff is already going to be a little bit longer than my wrist cuffs because that's just like the standard. It's usually a little bit longer, like a couple stitches longer. So I don't think I need to do a round of the mustard at the bottom. No, I don't think so. having that pocket there is going to be a nice accent anyway. So I don't think so. Okay. So we're just going to do then single crocheting at the bottom. So I want to connect these two. These are the corners. Oh, yes. So we're going to connect these two corners here so that we're nice and sturdy. There we go. And then go ahead and do my single crochets all the way around. Oops, I'm doing it backwards. I'm glad I caught that. Oh, now that I notice my hook matches with my pixel grid right now. Oh, fun, Mari. But you're saying you're gonna have to do a smaller hook? I made one more. Ooh, let me see, Snow Wolf. Lisa, that is awesome. You finished it. Thank you so much. I am very excited. Let's see. There we go. That is going to be so gonna be hard for me. You got this, Queen R. Join us, join us. You don't even have to do it the whole way through, but if you just oh, we had people change their votes. Do we have folks change their votes? Oh my goodness. It looks like we did. We had to change in a vote. Or did somebody vote twice? No, people can't vote twice. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was like, hold on a second. Okay. Roxana, here's my grand square idea for the NICU. That is so beautiful. I love that, Roxana. And then Snow Wolf. Okay, so you made another one of the one that you posted. It looks so good, Snow Wolf. What are you going to make with them? So I'm going to change the plan to yarn because 1.5 millimeter is my smallest, LOL. But no, maybe 2 threads. For tapestry, that might be a little difficult. Did you unravel it? I know that somebody asked that. Did you unravel this one too? Yeah, I don't think... I'm trying to think, do I want to do... I don't think so. I don't think I want to. My, like, gut is leaning towards not doing an extra round of grannies down here and just going and hopping in to the single crochet all the way around and then the cuff. So I think we're just going to go with that gut instinct. We're just going to stick with that instinct. And we are going over our ends as we go. So I don't have to come back for too many ends. All right, there we go. I have to cut that. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're just going to do some single crochets all the way around so that I can get a nice even base, and then I will go into making the cuff at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think I need to do a granny square row at the bottom. The length is perfect on the torso. I feel like that'll add a little bit too much, and especially if I want the pocket, I don't want too much there at the bottom. And I feel like I want it to cinch a little bit above my hips, so it's going to flop over a little bit anyway. So I feel like that extra row is just going to be unnecessary. So, we're going to go with my gut. Snow Wolf has a cat visitor. Kelly, I think I might crochet a honeycomb stitch blanket next. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really nice. I'm trying to color change for the first time. Yay, yay, yay. What are you making, Queen Art? Did you say that? What are you making? Mari, I made a little swatch and it kind of shrunk because I'm using thread only on the blob inside. Oh, the, because it's shiny, I don't know. And then yarn for the background. Hmm. Are you doing tapestry or mosaic? Post a picture, Mari. I want to see. I want to see what you mean. Mari, I'm going with the flow. Or Queen Art, I'm going with the flow. You got this. You got this. You totally got this. So has anybody seen any updates for Hirschner's in Big Twist? Because now with the like weird like Joanne update, I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? Looked at Reddit a bit more. I looked at Reddit a bit more. Um, because I just don't get it. I don't get what's going on with Joanne. And I feel like we're just being teased. I really do. I feel like we're being teased. So, has anybody heard anything from Hirschner's? Because I have not. Let's check. Hirschner's Big Twist. Oh no, that's Mary Maxim. See, and I got excited. It still says coming soon. And to sign up for the mailing list. Here we are. Here we are in a limbo of Big Twist. A Big Twist limbo, if you will. A limbo of Big Twist yarn and love and Joanne nostalgia, one might say. I obviously did not get the yarn for my Stardew Valley blanket because my Joanne was already sold out of all the Big Twist yarn and I went there for it. So I still don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I think what I will do, one, I'm just gonna wait for Hirschner's. Wait for Hirschner's to get back and let us know what's going on. See if the names match the what Joanne was calling them, like what Big Twist was originally calling them at Joanne. See if those match. And then I'll get them. If they do, I'll get them. If they don't, it's probably just going to be a lot of like a guessing game. It's probably just going to be like a guessing game of like what yarn to get to match the colors that I need for the Stardew Valley blanket. It's probably just going to end up being like that, which bums me out. It does bum me out, but I feel like Hobie will be a good option. They have a really good variety of colors, like such a good variety of colors, and in different tones, saturations, vibrancies, all of the things. So I feel like I'll be able to get the yarn there. If I absolutely need to, I think I'll be able to get the yarn there. Bye, Fatima. Hi, Emerson's Crochet. Emily, hello. Oh, hi, Emily. I feel like you haven't been here in a while. How are you? Lindsay, how hard do you think tapestries are? So I haven't done much tapestry crocheting. From what I have done and what I plan to do, it depends on the image that you are doing, whether or not it's difficult, as well as the technique you plan to use to change colors. If you have a lot of patience and organizing techniques, like good organizing techniques, doing a bunch of different like a bunch of balls of yarn in order to change your colors gives you a nice neat back. You do have to weave in the ends, and as well as like keeping stuff like not like keeping things untangled. But the end result is really, really neat. It's a really neat back to your project. I think the biggest thing when it comes to tapestry is like choosing a technique for color changing, sticking with that technique for color changing, and just like figuring out which technique, I guess, figuring out which technique for color changing works for you. So there are several ways that I have seen. So I need to look this up. I'm pretty sure it's Intarsia. Intarsia? Intarsia. I feel like I don't say that word enough to remember. Intarsia crochet. Intarsia. Okay, it is. So Intarsia crochet requires that you have a bunch of different balls of yarn for each section of color that you are doing, so that you don't end up carrying anything over, and that color basically just works up in that section. That's it. It doesn't carry over to another section. It's not floated over, none of that. There is floating over yarn. I feel like I've seen floating over and carrying over, where if you have one color and then you change the color and now you have to go back to that first color, you're just carrying that first color's yarn over. So it's not two separate balls, but just one, and you crochet over that first color to bring it over here. That can be kind of tricky depending on the size of your yarn and the image that you're doing and the colors in the image that you're doing, because you can end up seeing it from the front, or certain sections of your tapestry will end up thicker than the other sections because you're crocheting over multiple threads. Another technique is to just do like a light kind of carryover, where instead of doing like that carryover technique and you're crocheting over the entire thing, you only pick it up like every 5 stitches or every 3 stitches. So it's a lighter carryover, a lighter float, if you will. If you look up tapestry color changing techniques, all of those techniques should come up. And then trying them out, figuring out which works for you, I think that is what will make tapestry easier. I've tried Intarsia and I've tried floating, and Intarsia looks better. In my opinion, it looks better, but it really only works for images that have large chunks of color. Not like 3 or 4 pixels, but like chunks of color. I would like, there are so many different like grids and what are those? Not grids. Charts. There's so many charts out there for like beginner tapestry, and I would check those out, Lindsay. I think like once you have it down, then it's down because it's just a single crochet. The thing that makes it difficult is figuring out the color changing technique. That's really all. That's really it. That's really what like takes the time. Graph charts. There we go. Graph. That's what I was looking for. I said grid. I meant graph. Thank you, Taylor. Lisa, I hate when stitches get so tight that you can't get your hook inside of it. Yeah. Yeah, that one is tough. Hi, hi, Annette. Hi, how are you? Oh, Tangled in Yarn, Annette. Sorry, I thought that was Taylor. Thank you so much. Yes, graph charts. How are you doing? What did you bring to crochet? What did you bring to drink? Emily, yes, been a minute. Got my shirt in the mail 2 weeks ago. Yay! I'm so glad. Knocking out baby bonnets right now. Fun. Are those gifts? Are you donating them? Selling them? Intarsia uses bobbins. I've seen people just use balls of yarn too. You don't have to use bobbins. The whole point is that you have designated amount of yarn for each section. That's really it. Because I've seen people just like ball it up and just like have that. But bobbins do help. By the way, I think I'm on episode 21 of Apothecary Diaries. Yep. Enjoy, Mari. Intarsia is easier if you aren't concerned about your fabric being reversible. Wait. if you aren't, Intarsia's easier. If you aren't concerned about your fabric being reversible, I feel like Intarsia makes it more reversible than carrying it over a floating yarn, because then your sections are cleaner. Mm. I'm looking at Intarsia right now. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I have not seen it this way, and I'm not an expert in this in tapestry crochet or anything like that. So my understanding was Intarsia was a technique of tapestry crochet. Tapestry crochet being crocheting pictures, crocheting a picture. But what I'm seeing here at crochet.com, in tapestry crochet, you are always working over the non-working color and carrying it along inside the project as you go. So that's the floating thing that I was talking about. In Intarsia, you will not work over the non-working color, and each color section will be attached to its own yarn bobbin or ball of yarn. So here we go. And it gives you like such a neat. Oh. So tapestry crochet and Intarsia crochet. See, because you get the same thing, the same image, but the difference is how the color work is being done, being like carried over. So it was my understanding that it was all under the umbrella of tapestry crochet, I guess. Let me see. Intarsia involves dropping and picking up yarn as needed, yes, for each color block, while tapestry crochet carries unused yarn along the back, yes. So what is it all under the umbrella, the same umbrella of then, if it's not all tapestry crochet? That is so weird. This is what I mean by crochet having too many names for things. And then there's Fair Isle. This is too much. So there are people who just say crochet color work, tapestry, Fair Isle, and Intarsia. So there's the umbrella. Crochet color work. Because that was not what I was gleaning. And like I said, I haven't done a whole lot of tapestry. So I don't know the words. I just know the techniques that are used. So we're all learning something today. Yarn over hook. The more you know. Mari, I'm going with 1.5 thread. Yes, I took apart the thread and it's working. Okay, good. Very nice, Mari. You'll have to give us an update on how it turns out. Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, that is so interesting. Because every video that I've seen has said like, oh, we're doing tapestry today and we're going to do the Intarsia technique. So now I feel like I have to go back and watch it because maybe I misheard. There we go. We're all learning something. And then Fair Isle is for knitting. Got it. Thank you so much. Interesting. I have to do some more. Now I feel like I can't say tapestry crochet because then that's that technique. So now I have to do more color work crochet. There we go. I have to do more color work crochet in order to practice these techniques. Lindsay, is it kind of like if you would do a paint by numbers but in crochet form? Yes, I say so. You can take a graph that has an image and it has all the colors that you need, and you go back and forth in your rows and it's typically done with single crochet. I have seen it done with half double crochet in order to make the tapestry longer. I'm just gonna say it. So to make the tapestry longer, this is why I thought it was techniques, because the item is a tapestry. Anyway, so to make the tapestry longer, you can use longer stitches. It's just not gonna look exactly the same. The single crochet stitch is perfect because it's like a small box. So it fits in the graph. It's like a pixel of the picture. Instead of coloring by numbers where you can go for each section, you're going row by row on the graph, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's really cool if you have the patience. If you have the patience, and like I said, if you get the technique down that fits with you, like that you mesh with, and yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I have seen that it takes a lot of practice. What do you listen, watch while crocheting? I watch a lot of true crime while I crochet. Or Adventure Time. I watch a lot of Adventure Time because I've seen it before. Same with Steven Universe. I'll watch that. Just put that on in the background. Sometimes I'll just listen to some lo-fi. I'll put on like a really nice, like, fun video on the TV that's just playing music. Yeah. What do you like to watch or listen to, Queen R, while you crochet? You got it, Money. You got it. I love this. I have learned so much. I want to do more. I want to do more tapestry crochet. And especially Intarsia, because I think that technique works the best for me. Okay, so now we're going to do the cuff or the ribbing for the bottom. So I have to decide how long I want it though. I think for the last one I did like 10 or 12. 12. I feel like that's a lot. All right, we'll do 10. So we're going to skip that last one. And I think that's good. It's a nice sturdy bottom to the cuff. Okay, so what do I want to do? Do I want to do a combination of, I think I want to do single crochets actually. I like a single crochet ribbing. It works up much, much faster than a slip stitch. And I don't want it too tight. So I think single crochet will be fine. Or do we want half double crochet? Have I done half double crochet before? I think so. I think we'll do single crochet. So we're going to go back into here. We'll do single crochet back loop only. That's what we'll do. I feel like this might be too thick for the bottom. Let's see. We'll get all the way down and then we'll see. Lindsay, thank you for the help. I'm going to try it sometime because it looks like fun but difficult at the same time. Yeah. So the Stardew Valley blanket that I want to do, that's all tapestry crochet. So now I don't even know what to say now. That is all tapestry crochet. And it would definitely be a challenge for me that I think I would really appreciate so that I could like just have a bit more appreciation for tapestry crochet and color working, if that makes sense. We're going to slip stitch. Oops. Slip stitch and slip stitch and then turn. Do we want to do that? Yes. And then turn. Whoops. And then turn. Okay. And then we'll do single crochet back loop only. Back into this. Yeah, is that what we want to do? I think so. I think it's what I want to do. There's so many different kind of ribbing techniques. No, I think I do. I think I do want to do single crochet because the slip stitch, even the half, what is it? Half double slip stitch, I think is what some folks call it, or the yarn over slip stitch, can take a really long time. And I don't think I want to do a slip stitch ribbing. I don't think so. Chain one and turn. Welcome back, Lisa. Snow Wolf likes to listen to music while she crochets. Let's make a poll. Hi, Eilish. How are you? I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. Okay. What do you like to do while you crochet? Rock the boat, friends. Oh, wait. There we go. Listen to music. I need options. Watch TV. Listen to an audiobook. Nothing. Just crochet. Okay. What do you like to do while you crochet? Listen to music, watch TV, listen to an audiobook. Nothing, just crochet. There you go, friends. Rock the boat. Rock the boat, rock the boat. Okay, so we're gonna do a few rows. We have a few rows of the ribbing done. So I can see what if I like it. I think I will actually. Because I don't want anything too tight. Oh yeah, I think this is fine. I think that this length is fine too. Great. I am so happy with this sweater. It was a bumpy road. It was a bumpy road the last couple of days on this blanket, but I am very, very happy with how this is coming out. Very, very happy. Would I do it again? Yeah, probably. I just wouldn't get my yarn from a store that is closing. So then I'm sure to get enough skeins. And I would probably buy more skeins than I think I need in the beginning. This was my first hexagon cardigan sweater. I had based the number of my original skeins off of a sweater that I had just done. And I thought that that would be pretty accurate, or at least close to what I need. It was not. It was not. So I would definitely get more yarn next time. But I'm very happy, and I'm actually like so happy with this mustard. Finding another color, a solid color to go with this colorway was so difficult, by the way. I purchased 3 different skeins before I got to this one. It was so difficult, and I'm really, really happy with the one that I ended up picking, but man, it was so hard to find. It was so hard to find. And even in the beginning, I wasn't like completely sure about this color, but now that I'm actually using it, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I picked this color. Very, very happy. All right, I'm gonna finish these last couple of rows, show you guys, ask you what you think, especially with the length. I'm fine frogging it. So if you think it should be shorter, then we'll make it shorter. If you think it needs to be longer, I think that it's perfect. And I might actually do my wrist the same. So this is 10 stitches, 11, a chain 11. I'm pretty sure that's been my rule of thumb for making cuffs. So the voting for the thumbnail for the Summer Stash Bash ends tomorrow morning, so make sure that you get your voting in. Tomorrow being June 3rd for friends who are watching the recording, the after party. Someone had called this the after party and I loved it. For folks who are watching the after party, the poll ends tomorrow, Tuesday, June 3rd, for voting of the thumbnail for our Summer Stash Bash. This thumbnail will be used for the Whip Wednesday lives that we are going to be doing for the duration of the Summer Stash Bash. We'll be holding the event and also kind of integrating it into Stitches as well. Stitches will be moving to Wednesdays next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. And we are going to be incorporating some Stash Bash stuff into that as well. So we'll have some fun thumbnails that we will take for those Stitches episodes too. So definitely go vote on the main Summer Stash Bash thumbnail on Yarn Over Hook. Bye, Queen R. Thank you so much for joining. Next we have I like to watch TV, but nothing that requires me to actually watch it. Can't take my eyes off the stitches like the pros. Callie, I'm going to make a picture of the front on the front of my mesh top. Ooh, fun! What picture? Lisa, I just love to watch TV. I want a series on this new Black with my daughter while I crochet. That sounds awesome, Lisa. Snow Wolf, second cat visitor has arrived. We haven't had some cat friends. We haven't had any of our cat friends lately. It's been hot, and keeping this room cool while I do these lives has been priority. So I have to keep the door closed. They are not happy about it. They really aren't. They're like, "What? I thought this was our live. Why am I not on the live?" I promise I'm sure that they're like not happy about it. Okay, I just tamed a tangled mess. LOL. Ah, that is what happens. That is what happens. Especially with Intarsia, now that we know the difference. Especially with Intarsia. Okay. Rock the vote, friends. Rock the vote. Right now we have 73% say watch movie and 27% listen to music. Oh, I was going to show you guys. Hold on. All right, let me finish this one now. I always get so distracted, especially when I'm doing the ribbing, because it's just a back and forth. It's so mindless. I just like I really do just turn off my brain and go. And I forget that I'm supposed to show you guys. Okay. Here we are. This is perfect. Okay. So here's where we are. This is where we are going to leave off on this. Do I want to finish this off camera? I might. I might finish this ribbing around the waistband off camera because it's just going to be tedious. It's going to be tedious. Not very fun to watch. Yeah, so I'll probably do this off camera. And I'll come back and we'll do the collar. But here's where we are. So I think that this is going to be long enough. I think any longer and it would be too much. What do you guys think? Think it needs to be shorter? Maybe 8 instead of 10? No, I don't know. Because it seems 10 is going to be perfect for my wrist. I think I like that perfect for the wrist. But, so like, here. Yeah, so I think it's perfect for the wrist. But for... Hi, is it Nina or Nina? Hi, I am working on my hexagon cardigan pullover sweater. You think it looks perfect? This is for the bottom, for the waistband. I think so. I think it's fine. Any longer would be a bit strange. I agree. And any shorter, I think, would be weird, too, actually. Yeah? For the bottom? I'm trying to, like, picture it at the bottom. Yeah, I think so. For the waistband. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that this is fine. I think this is a good length. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think. I feel like I could do 8. Something's telling me I could do 8. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I think I can do 8. And then 10 for the wrists. I would say shorter for the bottom. Okay. That's what, like, something's telling me I can do 8. Like, this is 8. Yeah, I think so. Cool. So we'll do 8 for the bottom, 10 for the wrists, because I think that that's perfect for the wrists, but 8 for the bottom. Awesome. Thank you for your help. Next we have, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that that's perfect. Cool. It looks beautiful, but I also think shorter for the bottom. Thank you so much, Eilish. I think so too. I think shorter for the bottom will be the best. Okay, friends, this is where we're going to end here. I'm going to end the poll, so get your last votes in. Ending the poll, get your last votes in. There we go. So, watching TV, interesting. Very interesting. So happy with how this is coming out. Thank you all so much for your kind words. I love it. Oh gosh, this is just so fun. This is so fun. And then seeing the ribbing at the bottom just is like pulling it together. It's really pulling it together. I love it. 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 The next time I will be live will be June 4th at 2:30 p.m. for our first day, our first week of the Summer Stash Bash. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So definitely join me on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to check out Exploration Crochet Volume 2 Issue 8. The link is in the in the description. The link to that is in the description. Give Riri some love. Let her know what you think of those articles. And yeah, I will check you guys later. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Bye, friends. Bye.